If you've been on this channel, it should be no surprise to you that I like fighting games. I really like fighting games. But specifically, I like fighting games that are out there and have unique concepts to them. At the beginning of this year, a game went into beta unlike anything I'd really seen before. An indie fighting game with simple controls, solid mechanics and tutorials, and rollback netcode that runs entirely in your browser. That game is Tough Love Arena. Tough Love Arena is a completely free browser game programmed by M. Paul Weeks with art by Amy Zhu. It features goofy, playground aesthetics with some very exaggerated caricatures of common fighting game archetypes. While I think it's worth a shot for everyone, let me start by telling you if you're less likely to enjoy this game. If you're looking for the next Guilty Gear, this game is not for you. There is depth, it's just not nearly as much as your Street Fighters or Guilty Gears. The game also has absurdly simple controls, so that may contribute to feeling like the game is too shallow if you're used to games with higher execution. In addition, this game is the exact opposite of Rivals. Instead of being a hyper-offensive and fast-paced game, TLA is a very defensive game where the best play is often to wait and do nothing until you have a plan. If either of those things are deal breakers, the game may not be for you. However, it is literally a free browser game, so it's still probably worth a shot. I've done a good job talking about what's controversial about the game, but what exactly makes it good? Well, the game is a traditional fighter with a small yet accessible roster. The game uses only 5 total buttons: move left, move right, light, heavy, and special. Blocking can be done normally, or can be done automatically by not moving. However, like I said, there's a surprisingly high amount of depth in the game's combat. Where games like Footsies and Fantasy Strike have very uniform gameplay and little decisions outside of just throwing out the right move to punish your opponent, TLA keeps gameplay engaging through meter management and variable damage on attacks. The latter of which probably shouldn't be a feature, but it is compared to similar games, so here we are. You can have up to 2 bars of meter in TLA. You can use 1 bar to do a rapid cancel, allowing you to instantly cancel one move into another and do combos you couldn't otherwise perform. Using both bars, you can burst, allowing you to break out of a combo in a dicey situation. This creates a scenario where you truly have to think about the resources available to you. Do you continue to attempt a combo off of an anti-air, or would you rather wait for a better confirm? Do you rapid to cancel out of an unsafe move, or save it for a burst if needed? These decisions make the game rather engaging for as simple as it is. While these mechanics may be a little daunting to implement in your gameplay at first, the game has pretty comprehensive tutorials to teach you the mechanics of every character's tools. But obviously, the game would not be as good as it is if the characters weren't solid. The game boasts 6 characters, but realistically it has 2 variations of 3 characters, nicknamed the Starches, the Meats, and the Spices. Each archetype shares the same normals but has different specials. Starches are zoners that rely on their long reach to pressure opponents. Their heavy attack is absolutely massive, and it's hard to get more than a simple poke off to punish it. This gives them constant, safe pressure. However, their combos are very lackluster without meter, with their light attack requiring a rapid to even combo off of. Their normals also lack a solid anti-air and are rather slow, making it hard for them to escape pressure. However, each of the Starches is a way to mitigate one weakness. Noodle can use his Frenzy as a quick DP to get him out of pressure quickly. The move has armor, but missing it leaves him wide open for counterattack. In addition, he has Fist, a quick projectile that will always come out at a very precise range. This range just so happens to be just out of his heavy attack's reach, and can be a great poke. It also sets up combos in the corner. However, he still lacks a solid anti-air. That's where Rice comes in. Swat is a command grab that punishes airborne opponents and can lead to strong follow-ups when cancelled into rapid. The move can also work as a risky combo ender, doing more damage but putting the opponent close to them. It can also teleport to escape pressure, which is invincible on startup but very punishable at the end. The Meats are slow, heavy characters with the ability to do big damage off of simple maneuvers. They have very strong attacks and block pressure, alongside one of the best anti-airs in the game. Their main issues are the lack of range and poor movement speed. Beef is the only character with a true projectile in the form of Lemon. It crawls along the ground and can be a great source of pressure and chip damage, as well as a great way to add the damage in a rapid combo. However, the move is very punishable up close. In addition, you have Flex, a powerful counter that pushes the enemy away, dealing huge damage. Whiffing this pretty much always gives the opponent a big combo though, so keep that in mind. Instead of covering weaknesses, Pork specs into all of the extremes of his archetype. Caber Toss is a fast command grab that further expands his close range pressure, allowing him to start a combo on a defensive opponent easily. If an opponent is being too aggressive, he can use Chop, a powerful armored move that can rapid for big damage. The last archetype is the Spices. These characters are versatile rushdowns with a large variety of normals. They can perform huge combo strings, although they require the highest execution of any character. However, they don't excel particularly well in any one area, and often rely on mind games and deception to get in with the relatively poor jump-ins. Onion is built to stay in your face as much as possible. Hop Kick is a quick aerial that can go over projectiles and is a great combo tool. Funnily enough, it will lose to SWAT and other anti-airs though. Deflect is a fast parry that is safer than Beef's Flex, but doesn't do any damage. Instead, it allows you to gain frame advantage, allowing you to punish certain moves. The last character, Garlic, can slip in and out of combat easily. Dash is a quick slide forward that can be cancelled into a few normals, or a side switch jump attack. In addition, Backflip can be cancelled into some moves and allows Garlic to freely jump out of danger with temporary invulnerability. As simple as these characters are, even characters of the same archetype approach situations differently. For example, when dealing with Beef's Lemon, Onion can Hop Kick to close the distance, whereas Garlic has to try to dash and catch Beef's startup. These differences make every matchup distinct. While that can be said of a lot of fighting games, the limited movesets often have you think about what tools your opponent has more than your own. I really do think that this lends itself well to the defensive feel of the game. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely suck at this game. It can be easy to throw out something unsafe without meter or get grabbed in a tricky block string. However, the speed of the game and the ease of access keeps me coming back. Overall, Tough Love Arena, despite its basic mechanics, is absolutely worth a look, as it's a surprisingly fun time for what it is. You can boot it up whenever and just have a good time, especially since you can play it on anything with a web browser. The game is still in beta, with new balance changes, ranked play, a story mode, modding support, and open sourcing the game and its rollback code coming in the future. This is definitely a game I highly recommend, and one you do not want to miss.